Welcome back to the show. You're going to love what we've got for you today. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $3.07 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's off 1.1%. We see Bitcoin $90,001.04. That's where it's at right now. Congratulations to Bitcoin getting back over 90,000. Ethereum 2200 plus, XRP back at the number 3 spot. We're 261 this morning. We're up 5.9 on the 24. We're up 17% on the 7-day. Boy, do I love it. Let's take a look at the range of price between 243 and 264. We're knocking on the door. Let's get out there and get running around. Could this be a little bit of the market reacting to that crypto White House summit we're about to have tomorrow? I think so. I think that's our answer there. By the way, very quickly, it's taking off like a rocket. You can join the Freedom Zone, get all your daily videos with 0 Google ads for less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month, ladies and gentlemen. And extra content as well, dealing with crypto and geopolitical events. Make sure you join us for that. And get your ticket to XRP Las Vegas very quickly. 84 days and counting. Oh my goodness, we've got new additions. I'm telling you, Brad Garlinghouse, Simon McLaughlin, Dr. Chris Brummer, we got Kevin Maloney, Stephen McClurg, Austin King, Mark Otto, Nancy Beaton, Keith Grossman, Gregos Vlachos, Dom Kwok, Phil Kwok, Matt Hogan from Bitwise, Boones Bergman, Paul Barron Network, David Schwartz, and John Deaton, and James Murphy, Lynette Zhang, Jason Cousins, Andy Scheckman, Artur Kajakalov, Jack Boyle, we've got Cody Carbone, Christian Carlo. The list is getting long. Have you got your ticket? Remember, flights and rooms are getting booked up. Bitcoin Vegas is happening Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then XRP Las Vegas Friday, Saturday, May 30th, May 31st. Get your rooms, get your tickets. Click the link above. Don't mess around. It's selling fast. It's going to be incredible. Make the investment into yourself. You will not be sorry that you did. Hooray, hooray, the Department of Homeland Security found the 4 Satoshis. We all know that they found them. If you haven't, very quickly, listen to what Wheezy Nerd Nation found back in 2022.
We looked at Bitcoin. It was the most prevalent at that point. We had seized quite a bit of it, millions of dollars worth, under the Silk Road investigation. So one of our agents who started looking at another online marketplace through the deep web, which was called Black Market Reloaded, they were sending weapons through packages and ordering them on the dark web. And he was really, really smart, forward-leaning agent. And he goes, I want to go interview Satoshi Nakamoto. And we're like, what? He said, yeah, I want to go interview this guy. And at the time, we're like, hey, it's a figment of somebody's imagination. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. So, we had all this pushback from our headquarters. And we thought, hey, if an agent wants to go talk to him and we have some money, why don't we send him? Let's find out how this works. So as it came to be, the agents flew out to California, and they realized that he wasn't alone in creating this. There were 3 other people, and they sat down and met with them and talked to them to find out how this actually works and what their reason for it was.
There you have it right there. That's Special Agent Rana Sayad from the Department of Homeland Security. This is a serious thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not said from a maxi position. I'm all for a basket of assets in a reserve and wealth fund. But serious question to any Bitcoin maxi. Should the U.S. government resolve this issue of Satoshi's identity for the general public and safety of the strategic reserve and a sovereign wealth fund before moving forward? And if not, why? And you know what? Not one Bitcoin maxi inside this feed has bothered to address this. And the millions of times that we have seen this video clip shared by Wheezy Nerd Nation and everyone else in the community, not one Bitcoiner will deal with this. It's a problem, and it's got to be dealt with. And I'm saying this because at times I hold massive, significant positions in Bitcoin. And we all deserve to have the answers as an investor, period. Maybe we get some of that tomorrow. Meanwhile, Ripple will be giving a $50 million grant to the new U.S. National Cryptocurrency Association. It gets better. Brad Garlinghouse says Ripple is proud to support the launch of NCA. Over the last few years, crypto has capitulated to the mainstream. Today, 55 million Americans hold and use crypto, and many more are curious where, when, and how can I use this tech in my life. The NCA, chain agnostic, non-political, non-profit, is here to help by educating and raising awareness of all the utility that crypto technologies are bringing to real people every day. The NCA is independent of Ripple, but we are proud to support, and that is amazing right there. And here we see, the way the community should support one another, right? This is what you see from Ripple. You don't see the same thing from Bitcoin people. It should only be Bitcoin. Everything else is a shitcoin. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable the nonsense that you see floating around out here. Meanwhile, Kraken gets it. Uphold gets it. They join Uphold in creating a U.S. strategic reserve portfolio option. That's right. You can now go in and get access to an index of U.S. strategic reserve portfolio tokens. How about that? From Uphold and Kraken. That's just smart business right there. And here's a reminder that we had the IRS DeFi broker rule that was passed, and it was done wrong. The verbiage was horrible, and it suppressed the crypto industry. Has been rescinded 70-27. Shout out to Senator Ted Cruz for leading that charge. And here we see a new relationship between the CFTC and the CFTC. Shout out to Commissioner Peirce and Commissioner Pham. They say the SEC and the CFTC staffers are talking and engaging on digital assets and other matters. We have restarted conversations at the staff level between the CFTC and SEC. We would like to work together. We have worked together well in the past, and I look forward to getting back to regular order, Peirce said. The conversation is currently taking place at the Milken Institute, and this is great for us because we know that we have not seen this kind of collaboration unless it was for enforcement, which is now gone. Now you need to listen to this. An adult enters the U.S. Strategic Crypto Reserve conversation. Take a listen here.
Now, the other news we're tracking is this announcement from President Trump that the U.S. will move forward with plans to create a strategic crypto reserve or stockpile housing a number of digital currencies. And I want your reaction to that news and what, if anything, it means for Kraken.
Look, we're encouraged to see that announcement. I think that's, a reflection of the president and this administration staying true to commitments that they announced,
1 second. I have to pause. Someone's ringing my door. 1 second. All right, let's get back into this. Here we go.
Early last year, I think we saw, in the summer of last year, we've seen leadership from even the Senate, Senator Lummis, who now chairs the Digital Asset Subcommittee, announce a similar initiative for Congress. So, we look forward to that moving forward. I think it's going to reflect, crypto as an asset class, coming into the mainstream. We've already seen that with index-linked products. Our business, CF Benchmarks, which is the world's leading index provider, which powers most of the exchange-traded products here in the U.S. and other markets, has really grown. And we think the strategic reserve is another reflection of traditional market allocation into crypto as an asset class.
There you have it right there. That's the big boys in the room. Just like Chad Steingraber highlights here and DAI as well. Crypto as an asset class, the new asset class that will swallow every other class because everything will become tokenized. That's the goal here. This is why I don't understand the Bitcoin Maxi FUD and the Ethereum FUD. I just don't understand it from those camps because at the end of the day, this is apples and oranges. This is not the same thing. Bitcoin can't tokenize all the stocks and bonds, right? I mean, we're not even talking about the same thing. So, I just think that's a great clip, and it's well said by both of those gentlemen. Here we know that the list is getting longer for confirmed attendees at the White House Crypto Summit tomorrow. Now, I don't know if all of this is accurate. I haven't seen Paulo Adorno from Tether confirm, but this list says it is. And we do know that they are now trying to pivot and find themselves in favor of the European Union and the U.S. So we've seen some indirect admissions by Tether that they're trying to get their house in order. They came out originally and said that they didn't need to be in the European Union or the U.S. market. They said that at first, but now they're pivoting. So we'll see where all of this goes with USD Tether. But obviously, Brad Garlinghouse told us all last week that he plans to be there. We'll see. But this is where it gets fun, ladies and gentlemen. Vincent Van Code says he asked ChatGPT to analyze the scenario for him about escrow being bought by the U.S. government and paying $10,000 per token for XRP. This is what he says, and I'll work through it very quickly because I've got something you want to hear about this, going beyond it. So yes, the government could buy the XRP escrow, says ChatGPT, fixed at $10,000 per coin using T-bills, U.S. Treasury bills, bonds. And this would effectively set the global price at that level. Here's how the scenario might play out. How the U.S. could buy XRP at $10,000 using T-bills. Step 1, off the market escrow purchase. U.S. Treasury or special financial entity like the Federal Reserve or IMF negotiates it directly with the Ripple Labs to acquire the XRP escrow. Remember, we don't know what went on when they had dinner when they went down to Mar-a-Lago, but they did eat beef bourguignon. They agree on a fixed price of $10,000. We're just having fun here. Just keep reading. Instead of paying cash, the U.S. issued Treasury T-bills to Ripple. Ripple can hold as reserves, use as collateral, sell on secondary market for liquidity. Step 2, global price pegging. Once the U.S. purchases XRP at $10,000 per token, that price becomes the benchmark. This is exactly what we've talked about for years on this channel and with Quincy Jones and so many others. Other governments and institutions must follow or they risk being priced out of the global finance. If the IMF, BIS, or Federal Reserve endorses XRP as a reserve asset, we've just seen the president do it, it would effectively lock in this value. Why would the U.S. do this? Prevent market manipulation by China and other nations. If China and other countries buy and dump XRP, it won't crash below 10,000 because the U.S. holds the majority in escrow. This is what I've said for years before I was even in the YouTube world. Now, going on, this is a whole thing it lays out. But here's what I want to do. And it's great. It's wonderful. And shout out to Vincent Van Code for bringing that down. What I want to add is think about it like this. Oh, I'll see you your 10,000 per XRP and raise you Ripple becoming the Federal Reserve if that happens. While we're having fun speculating, let's keep it going. If the XRP escrow were in fact bought at $10,000 per token, Ripple would be holding, think of it, an enormous position in U.S. Treasury bonds from the U.S. government. And I do mean enormous. Well, if that is a part of the plan, and what if that is a part of the plan? Pay Ripple in U.S. Treasury bonds, leaving Ripple with a small position that they hold as a company in XRP and a huge position in U.S. bonds. Trillions of dollars, I'm imagining that number is at that price. Meaning the stage would be primed to have Ripple become the new Federal Reserve so they can now issue real USD to match the new level of U.S. Treasury bonds they just received in the sale of XRP to the U.S. government. Voila! Goodbye to the old Federal Reserve that has become an old bloated pig of a private bank. And hello, Ripple, and the new digital dollar known as real USD. That could happen. It doesn't mean it has to be at $10,000 either, but that can go down. XRP Kangaroo Phase targets $27 to $222. Egg Crypto, according to Grok 3, and Dark Defender are the two most accurate near price term target predictors and technical analysts in crypto Twitter. That's what Grok 3 says. I didn't make it up. I asked them, I covered it. I showed you. Let's get to this part because I think it's so funny here. Noise consolidation between $3.40 and $2. The next macro jump for XRP's leg up could target $8.50 to $13. And let's not ignore the Fibonacci 1.618 at $27 plus potential. Historical reference here. Back in 2017, the first kangaroo, XRP followed a classic Fibonacci extension move, smashing the Fibonacci 1.618, consolidating, then making another parabolic move to Fibonacci 2.236. And if history repeats, this would put XRP between $27 and $222, aligning with the Fibonacci extension tool in 2017 cycle correlations. Now, I already hear the skeptics yelling, but what about market cap? And here's his response: shut the FUD up. Which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? Market cap is flawed measurements when it comes to real utility-driven assets. That's exactly right. You want to understand XRP? Ask yourself this question: what's the market cap of the US dollar? And you know the biggest thing on here, it's exciting to see the $27 to $222. The number range that catches me is the noise consolidation between $2 and $3.40. And when we get above $3.40, I'm going to get so hot and bothered wondering whether we're going to $8.50 to $13 or $27 to $200 plus. How about that? Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. We're going into the freedom zone, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you will join us. We got a good one today. You can hit that join button right underneath the title of this video or click the link to the Patreon group in the more description and join us. It is a great conversation, and I love going into the freedom zone, and we're going in right now. Come on in. All right, welcome back. First, we're going to break down exactly what you need to understand about President Trump and his political career, because it's pretty remarkable, and you're going to hear it in less than 1 minute. And then we're going to switch to a fun one today that I think you're really going to get a kick out of, about a prediction for XRP.